So this is going to be a pick a card reading, and we're actually going to be looking at the Divine Feminine's feelings about separation and her feelings during separation. So the person watching this, either you would be the Divine Masculine, or however you view yourself or identify yourself, but you would be someone who is interested in, who is in love with, and wants to be with someone who you think of as a Divine Feminine. And so you're watching this to understand your Divine Feminine more fully. You could also be watching this as the Divine Feminine to help yourself understand more what this separation is about. So we have three options here. The first stack would be Citrine. So number one is Citrine. You could also choose number two, which is a Selenite Heart. And then number three is, oh gosh, I just forgot the name of this stone. Well, it's a green heart chakra stone, and I don't know why, I just forgot what it's called. So we are going to go into the first reading here. Let me take the other ones out of the way. Okay, so this card is from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck by Megan Watterson, and this is going to represent the Divine Feminine. Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light, she says, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. So what I'm getting from this is that this particular Divine Feminine is a very spiritual person. She might actually be more on the religious end of things. And let's see. And she's someone who's very generous. She's very generous with her love, and she shines her light very brightly in the world. So this represents her. For some of you, this could also indicate that your Divine Feminine is someone who is more mature in years as well. Not necessarily more mature than you, but on the spectrum of maturity, she might tend to be someone who just is more mature, who's had a lot of lived experience. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've first got the King of Swords from the Zombie Tarot deck. Oh, this is good. The Two of Cups. This is from the Cosmic Tarot. The Four of Swords from the Steampunk Tarot. And this, I can't remember the exact name of this. This is a Mermaid Oracle deck from, let me see, Lucy Cavendish, sorry. And this says, The Mirror, Know Thyself, Self-Examination, Seeing Who You Really Are. And finally we have, okay, this is the Blessed Bee deck from Lucy Cavendish, A Blessing for Those Who Are Nearing Their Final Breath. Okay, so this is how she's feeling in separation. Overall, I'm getting that her energies are, let me see if I can, anyway, overall I get that the Divine Feminine is feeling very peaceful. You know, the Four of Swords indicates she feels calm. She feels calm and okay. She's very certain of her connection to the Divine Masculine, to her Divine Partner, whatever terms we want to use here. She feels very certain that she is loved by her Divine Partner, even though you're in separation. And she's viewing the Divine Partner or the Divine Masculine as someone who's very intelligent. This is someone who could protect her. This also, to me, there's a sense of maturity here on both sides. I feel like these are people who have both lived long lives. This might not apply for everyone watching this. If it doesn't apply for you in terms of actual years lived, maybe you've just been through a lot in life and it has caused you to be someone who's very, very mature, emotionally and mentally mature. I feel more like mentally mature. You're very smart. You're very tough. You know how to handle everything that life throws at you. So that's how she's feeling about her divine partner, her divine masculine. She knows this is a guy who can, stand his own in life. And this is, so the mirror, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. This divine feminine, she's very in touch with who she is. She doesn't doubt herself. Again, she's grown up. She's a grown-up. She knows what life is all about. She sees herself truly as she is, which is someone who's deserving of love. She doesn't doubt that she is loved. She's past all of the drama and the ego fears that, tell us that we don't deserve love. She knows that she deserves love. And, and then we have a blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. Now, this card is, specifically addresses death and passing over, or being near passing over. I've gotten multiple indications of, the divine partners here being, older, being on the older end of things. This could be a divine feminine, either who has passed over, or her divine partner has passed over, and that's why they're in separation. So this could be a separation through actual death. Or maybe someone is nearing the end of their life. I know that's, might be a difficult message to hear, and that may not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't resonate for you, then this may not be the reading for you, because I do feel like this is probably someone who's been separated from their divine other half because someone has passed over. One of them has passed over. But there is a feeling here of peacefulness, So the divine feminine is peaceful, whether she's the one who's still in the earth plane or whether she's the one who has passed on. She's at peace. So if you're here and you have lost someone you love, know that she is in peace. And she feels loved. She still feels loved by you, even now. I'm going to just draw one more final oracle card just to wrap this up. Okay, well, this is interesting. And this is falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. So if your divine feminine has passed over, or, this could be a message that she's saying it's okay for you to fall in love with someone else. It's okay for you to experience that. If you'd like to experience that, know that I want the best for you. And it could also be just a feeling of, for the two of you, like, even in this separation, for whatever this separation is, like there's still a feeling of being so divinely in love. Like I can even fall in love with you when you're not here. Even if you're not on the earth plane, I'm in love with you. It's a continual process, So this is a very deep and abiding love that I'm sensing for those of you who chose the first reading. And I am going to move on to reading number 2. So I hope those of you who chose that one, that it resonates. And then you got something out of it. That was a very interesting reading. So please let me know in the comments how that felt for you, if it felt accurate. So we're going to go on to number 2, the Selenite Heart. So this card is from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck by Megan Watterson. And this card is going to represent the divine feminine that you are asking about. Or if you are the divine feminine, then this represents you and how you're approaching separation right now from your divine partner. This is Pope Joan, the pontiff of possibilities. She says the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So Pope Joan is thought to be the only female pope. I don't know much about her, but that's pretty significant. So I would say she is a pretty cool, badass chick. So whoever this divine feminine is also a pretty cool, badass chick. And she is someone who has never let society's rules and standards for women apply to her because she does her own thing. She, the possibilities are endless. She doesn't let someone else define her. She doesn't let her gender limit her. If she wants to do something, she doesn't care what anyone else thinks. She's going to just do it. From the Zombie Tarot deck, we have the Three of Cups. From the Cosmic Tarot, we have the Hanged Man. From the Steampunk Tarot, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me. This is from the, I can't remember the exact name. It's the Mermaid Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And it says receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to give. And finally, this is the Blessed Bee deck, Oracle deck, also by Lucy Cavendish, and this says a blessing for a mother. I really like this Oracle deck. Every card is a blessing for something. Okay. Now let me, for a moment, try to channel the message here. So this reading is about how the divine feminine feels about being in separation from her divine masculine or her divine partner, however you want to look at it. So again, if you're watching this, it's because you want to understand what your divine feminine is going through right now during separation. Or you could be a divine feminine watching this and trying to understand yourself better. So I feel like, she does want to be with her divine masculine or her divine partner. Because I get the Three of Cups, which is a coming together. The card beneath that is a blessing for a mother. So the Three of Cups is a little bit different from the Two of Cups because it indicates more than just two people being involved here. And then we also have receptivity, receiving a gift. So my feeling is, she's already thinking about the possibilities of actually having a family or, whatever this union is. She knows that if the two of you come together in a union, that it's not going to be just about you. So there might already be children, or it could be that she wants to have a child with you. But also she's feeling very receptive to whatever happens. She's going with the flow. She's not stuck on any certain outcome. She's in a place right now where she feels pretty okay. She knows her value. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who knows what she's worth. So she knows, if this union isn't happening yet, or if he's hung up on something, and if there's some reason why he can't come forward, she knows that, she knows that she deserves the best in life. She knows that she deserves to be treated in a certain way. So she's not going to settle for less. She's someone who would be willing to wait for the right time. She wouldn't wait around and wait for someone to call her. But she would be willing to not be with you now, knowing that now is not the right time, in order to be with you maybe later when it is the right timing. So she does want something significant with you. I mean, this obviously shows two people who are getting married. This is a zombie tarot deck. So the woman here is a zombie. But, you know, we're not going to read too much into that. Because there are zombies on every card in that deck. It's just, I think it's a fun deck. But, so she is thinking this, if I came together with this person, this would be a significant partnership. This would involve marriage, and it would involve traditional relationship values, but traditional relationship values in which the woman is extremely empowered. She doesn't want to ever be in a position where she is not empowered. So she's willing to wait for the situation to be right for her, and also for any potential children that you might have. Now, I'll also get the Hanged Man here. I'm going to pull a couple of cards better to understand what that is. Okay, and I'm pulling from the Steampunk Tarot, and it's interesting because the Hanged Man comes up again from a different deck. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Hanged Man, and then the Six of Pentacles reversed. So this is showing me that the Divine Feminine is, she's someone who's in touch with, because this specific card, this shows someone who is, you know, she's got tarot cards, they're leading the way. And she's trying to understand those messages. So this is someone who's guided by spirit. She's very in tune with that guidance. She doesn't always understand every guidance, but she's someone who's willing to move forward in her life. You know, she doesn't need her guides to tell her every step to take. She's willing to take on her own burdens in life and forge her own path. She knows what's best for her. Her divine masculine, or her divine partner, she knows that you are an extremely spiritual person. So she appreciates that about you. I do think, though, because I have the Six of Pentacles reversed, that maybe she senses there is a difference in spirituality here. Again, she's coming through as Pope Joan. Pope Joan is more religious in nature. The Hanged Man might take a more philosophical or even metaphysical approach to spirituality. So I feel like there's, this is the Six of Pentacles, which was reversed. I feel like there is a difference in in approaches to spirituality or religion. So she's accepting of that, I think, but she also knows that it is, at some degree, it's going to, you know, cause some difficulties. So so that's how she's feeling about separation. You know, she feels okay with it. She knows that she wants something significant that's going to involve actually having a family together. But she's willing to wait for things to be right. And she kind of senses also that you're willing to wait until things are right. But when you come forward to offer her something, it better be something good. Don't come forward and offer her, oh, let's just be friends and see where things go. Because this woman, she's a lady, you know. She doesn't have time for that. She's a substantial woman. She needs someone who's going to really treat her right and match her level of strength and integrity. And I'm just going to pull one more card to just sum up the reading. Okay. And this is yearning. Longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. Okay. So I was saying that she feels okay about this separation, but this card is telling me that actually, you know, she is pining for this. She really does want it. She is also willing to wait. You know, both of those are true, I think. But yeah, she's pining. she's pining for you. She really wants to be with you. And she almost feels like, in this situation, I feel like she's the one who is awake to the connection. She knows the truth of this connection more than you do. Or that's what she feels. But what I get from you is you're awake to it too. I think that both of you don't really see how awake the other person is. You know, he's got his eyes closed, but again, he's coming through as the Hanged Man. So this is someone who sees things in a different way. The Divine Masculine here might actually be a lot more in touch with his intuition than she is, because she's a lot more practical and has more of an earthy approach to life. But he's coming through as someone, he picks up energies on a more intuitive way. So that's very interesting. If you picked number 2, the Selenite Heart, let me know in the comments whether or not this resonated with you. And if you like this reading, make sure to subscribe so you can get my other readings. Okay, we are going to move on to reading number 3, which is the Green Calcite. It suddenly came to me. Okay, so this first card is going to represent the Divine Feminine herself. And again, in this pick a card or pick a gemstone reading, we are looking at what is the Divine Feminine feeling during separation from her Divine Masculine or Divine Partner or whatever term you want to use. So if you're watching this, then you are someone who is interested in a Divine Feminine, but you're in separation from them. Or you could be the Divine Feminine and you just want to understand yourself better and understand more what you are experiencing during separation. So this is Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. And she says, I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. So this is going to represent who the Divine Feminine is, her general personality. So this is someone who's very selfless. She's very compassionate. She's very kind. You know, she's the kind of person who very rarely, if ever, would say an unkind word to someone. So, and it also says on here, now I know a lot about Kuan Yin, and this curiosity breeds compassion. I think that means that she's someone who is good at understanding what other people are going through. So she can very easily put herself into someone else's shoes in order to have greater compassion for them. So if someone's rude to her at the store or something, she's going to be curious and think, I wonder why that person is feeling and acting that way. You know, maybe they're going through something, so I can have compassion for that. So that's the kind of person she is. She thinks of other people. She puts other people ahead of herself. We also have, from the Zombie Tarot deck, we have the High Priestess card. From the Cosmic Tarot, we have the Ten of Cups. And this particular Ten of Cups is very interesting to me because the Ten of Cups is always a card of happiness. It's usually a card of like family, group happiness, family happiness. It's the ultimate card of contentment. On this particular card, this is a woman who's alone. And she, even though this is supposed to be the ultimate happiness card, she doesn't really look very happy. She looks sad, and she is actually literally blue. I mean, her skin tone is blue here. So this is someone, I think, who may struggle with depression. Someone who just has difficulty really feeling true happiness. Also a very intuitive person. Next we have the King of Pentacles from the Steampunk Tarot. This is the Mermaid Oracle deck. I don't think that's the actual name of it, but something along those lines from Lucy Cavendish. And this says, endurance, keep going. And then finally from the Blessed Bee deck, also from Lucy Cavendish, a blessing on your boundaries. And this is card number 33, which is a master number, so that's popping out to me as well as being significant. If that number means something to you, that could be a special message. And I'll also talk about that more in a moment. Okay. So what I'm feeling is, first of all, this is this divine feminine in separation. She's struggling emotionally, but she's willing to keep going. She has a resolve to be with her divine partner. She knows it's going to happen. We see the endurance, keep going. So she feels committed to making it happen. She does feel very alone. She feels alone, but she also, she knows that, she does know that there are other people around who care for her, who care about her and want to support her. And she's trying to focus on that, these other connections she has outside of her divine masculine. I'm also getting that this might be someone who is trying to make a decision about, whether or not she definitely wants to be with her divine masculine. She knows there are boundary issues here. Let me see who the boundary issues are related to. Okay, the boundary issues are related to a Queen of Swords. And you can see that the Queen of Swords, there's a man here holding her hand. So she might be aware of a third-party situation, and that might be where some of the feeling of needing to endure comes from. Like she knows that, she might know that there's some kind of third party connected to her divine masculine or divine partner, and she needs to be clear in her own boundaries. I think this is why, this is why we're getting this Ten of Cups where the woman is alone and she looks sad. She's trying to be happy with the way her life is. She's trying to be happy despite this separation. But she's not, because she feels like her divine masculine is offering someone else what she wants to be offered. And we have the King of Pentacles, which I think is the divine masculine. Or it could just be the divine partner if we're talking about two women here. But it's like this guy is offering this to this third party. And so the divine feminine feels like she needs to draw some boundaries here. Because this Queen of Swords, she also has a sword, but she has what she wants. This woman is alone. This woman is being offered someone. Someone is offering her someone. Or offering her something. So whoever this divine feminine is, she knows, she feels deep down that this is the right person for her. This is a solid guy. This is the real deal. This is a solid, dependable guy. But why is he offering his life to some other woman who may not appreciate it as much as she does? And for this particular reading, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards about what's going on with the divine masculine. And maybe how the divine feminine sees that. So this is from the Steampunk Tarot. We have the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the Tower reversed. Okay, so this divine feminine, she knows that there is at some level a third party involved. She is aware, because this is a very intuitive woman, she is aware that the divine masculine is not happy in his current situation with this other woman, who is probably a karmic relationship. And in fact, something pretty substantial and devastating. I have the Tower reversed, so it's not completely ended, but with the 10 of Swords, it's like, you know, I mean, it's, for all intents and purposes, it has ended. There might be still some loose ends that have to be tied up, but yeah, I mean, I think this divine feminine feels conflicted also because maybe she doesn't know exactly what's going on. She intuitively she knows that, or for some reason she knows that he's not happy with her, and that things are ending pretty dramatically. But at the same time, she has doubts. She's not totally sure, because she has this sense that this other woman has what she wants. So, so if you are a divine feminine watching this, I'm just going to pull another card to give you some sort of advice on how to deal with this situation. And I get the Unseen. Too much is hidden from you. So right now there is a lot that's hidden from you, and it makes you feel, you know, there's a skull here on this card. There's also a skull here on the High Priestess card. These two cards are connected. The High Priestess is aware of some of the unseen, but she doesn't know all of it. She doesn't know the full picture. And because of that, she is feeling very sad because she doesn't know completely what's going on. She is going to continue to endure because she has high hopes for this. She feels like this is her partner. But she's having trouble with feeling happy in separation and feeling content during this separation because so much, she senses that there's destruction. She senses that there's an ending, but it's like she doesn't have any real world confirmations that things have ended. It's all just, she's picking up on it intuitively, you know, but how does she know? I mean, people don't normally post on social media, hey, you know, I'm breaking up with my karmic partner, just so you know, everything is totally going to shit. You know, people don't normally post those kinds of things. So she's feeling very in the dark, and that is making her feel dark. So I also want to draw advice for how this divine feminine, if you are the divine feminine, how can you cope with this? I get telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. So this divine feminine and divine masculine, these divine partners are connected to each other telepathically. So if you're the divine masculine and you're watching this, please send love and confirmation of your love and feelings telepathically to your divine partner. She is the High Priestess, so she is going to pick up on that. So there might be some reason why this divine masculine cannot communicate to her in the 3D world, but you can still communicate telepathically. So you need to be continuing to send her love, and support, because she's feeling pretty down right now. She's having a rough time with this because she feels very blind. She doesn't know what's going on. She is continuing to endure. So for the divine masculines watching, or those who are interested in a divine feminine, if you're a woman yourself, or have some other gender identity, and if you're interested in a divine feminine, then this is saying that this divine feminine is enduring. She's not giving up, and there are moments actually when she feels very alive and joyful. It's not all horrible, but you know, she is asserting her own boundaries here. You know, she's not gonna put her heart on the line for this yet, when she doesn't even know what's happening. You know, she's intuiting some of it. She understands intuitively some of what's going on, but she doesn't know enough of what's going on to really extend herself. So for the divine masculines or divine partners watching, if you want to be with this feminine, send her love and confirmations telepathically until you get to the point when you can let her know in the three-dimensional world what's going on and where you're at. She is going to endure until you get to that point. So she will endure until it gets to that point. So that's very positive. Okay, so I hope that those of you who chose number 3, the Green Calcite, got something wonderful out of this reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And also like and subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a blessed day.